It's a crisp autumn morning, the kind where the air bites just enough to wake you up, carrying that earthy scent of fallen leaves and damp soil. I'm standing in my kitchen, the faint hum of the coffee maker buzzing in the background, steam curling up from my mug, my gym bag slung over a chair, weights still dusty from yesterday's half-hearted session. I catch my reflection in the window, belly fat stubbornly clinging to my midsection, arms flexing with a hint of muscle I'd been chasing for months. I was a year deep into this chaotic mission. Can you burn fat and build muscle at the same time? I'd been asking myself that question obsessively, like it was the key to unlocking some hidden version of me. I was trying so hard, too hard maybe, to reshape my body, to shed the softness and carve out strength. But I was stuck, spinning my wheels, and the frustration was suffocating. Everything changed one day in late October. Halloween was creeping up, and I'd promised myself I'd feel good, really good by then. Not just for the costume I wanted to wear, but because I was tired of feeling like a stranger in my own skin. That looming deadline flipped a switch in me. I needed to figure this out. The goal wasn't optional anymore. It was urgent. I could smell the pumpkin spice in the air, hear the crunch of leaves underfoot, and feel this restless energy buzzing through me, like my body was begging for a breakthrough. But I'm the type who needs to know everything before I dive in. Every detail, every possibility. My personality type doesn't let me half-ass research, and this was no exception. I had questions piling up. Is it better to burn fat before building muscle? Does lifting weights even burn fat? Why am I gaining muscle but not losing fat? I was drowning in them, and I had to find answers. So I tried everything. First, I went hard on cutting, slashing calories, living on chicken and broccoli, walking for hours until my legs ached. I'd ask myself, does walking burn fat or muscle? I'd step on the scale, see a drop, and think, maybe I'm losing belly fat while building muscle. But then I'd flex in the mirror, and my arms looked flatter, weaker. I was losing something, but what? How do I know if I'm losing muscle or fat? Next, I flipped to bulking, piling on protein shakes and rice, thinking bulking beyond a small surplus isn't necessary, right? Muscles grow from stimulus, not just food volume. I'd read that somewhere, but my waist ballooned and I panicked. Should I bulk if I have belly fat? Why am I bulking up instead of slimming down? I even tried random hacks, fasted cardio, endless HIIT, tweaking macros like a mad scientist. Nothing worked. I kept running into the same wall. Either my body fat crept up with exercise, or my gains stalled. I was exhausted, defeated, and honestly a little pissed off. Then the moment came. I stumbled onto something that actually worked. I'd been scrolling late one night, the room dark except for the blue glow of my laptop, the faint smell of burnt toast lingering from a snack gone wrong. I dove into forums, studies, X-posts, anything I could find. That's when I uncovered recomposition. The term hit me like a lightning bolt, burning fat and building muscle at the same time. It sounded too good to be true. But I'm not one to take things at face value. I dug deeper. Is it normal to gain muscle and fat at the same time? Will your body burn all fat before muscle? I found stunning info that blew my mind. You don't need a huge surplus to build muscle, and you don't need a starvation deficit to burn fat. Newbies, returning lifters, even casual gym goers like me could pull this off. Overweight folks, their fat stores are primed to fuel muscle growth. Even advanced trainees could do it, though it's trickier. The key? Progressive overload, working hard, nailing form, smart reps, and dialing in nutrition with precision. A slight surplus or deficit, enough protein, 1 g per pound of body weight was my starting point, and the rest split between carbs and fats. Timing mattered too. Sleep, meal spacing, real food over supplements. It was a puzzle, and I was obsessed with fitting the pieces together. I tested it. I set a realistic goal. Lean out a bit since I had some belly fat to lose. I tracked my calories for weeks, tweaking until I found my sweet spot. Stable weight, minimal fluctuation. I hit the gym with focus. No more phone scrolling between sets. The vibe shifted, sweat dripping, iron clanging, that sharp tang of metal in the air. Weeks passed, and I started noticing it. My arms were fuller, my waist tighter. How do I know if I'm losing fat and gaining muscle? The scale didn't budge much, but the mirror told the truth. As a result of recomposition, I'd never felt so in tune with my body. Stronger, leaner, alive. Halloween hit, and I rocked that costume, confidence radiating like heat off pavement. It wasn't just physical, it was mental. I'd cracked the code. But it didn't last forever. Over time, the magic slowed. Muscles don't demand as much energy to grow once the newbie gains fade, so less fat gets burned to fuel them. I researched more. What's the fastest way to lose fat and gain muscle? How do I trigger the fat-burning process? And learned that for leaner folks, the body fights back harder. That's when I found the case for cycling, bulking, then cutting, instead of chasing both forever. It's like drinking milk for nutrients, then water for hydration. You don't mix them in one glass. A small surplus sends an anabolic signal. A small deficit turns catabolic. Powerful tools, but not meant to be used together endlessly. I transitioned when I hit that slowdown, tracking results to know when to switch. Psychology plays a role too. Doing both is tough, juggling nutrition and training details without burning out. I'd rather nail one goal at a time now. After this success, I can't keep it to myself. I want to share it because I know how it feels to be lost in the noise, asking, why is my body fat increasing with exercise? Does muscle build before fat burns? And finding no clear path. Recomposition worked for me, a returning lifter with a casual past. But it's not one size fits all. If you're new, coming back, or stepping up your game, it's gold. If you're advanced, tweak it or cycle. Pay attention to the details, calories, protein, sleep, form, and you'll feel that shift too. The air electric with possibility, the smell of effort, the vibe of finally getting it right. That's what I want for you. So like and subscribe and join me next time for more of my fitness experiences.